Hi there and welcome to the Race Director's Corner with me, Philip O'Connor, and Michael Lemmel, the Race Director of ÖTILLÖ Swimrun. We're going to be talking a little bit today about the never-ending swimrun season. About 3 weeks ago we had the World Championship race, and now we have the next race, the 1,000 Lakes in Germany. And we're now going to go over to the course where Michael is out there mapping things out for a weekend of racing. Michael, can you hear me down there?
Yes, Philip, how are you? This is Michael. I'm in Mecklenburg Seenplatte at the moment.
And can you tell me exactly what you're doing at the moment, my friend? It looks lovely down there.
Well, at the moment, I'm talking to you, so that's a nice break of the day. But otherwise, it's our second day of course marking. So Mats is out together with actually Håkan and Oscar and Johanna marking the course. And I'm putting out swim buoys and beach flags, entries, exits, you know, all this sort of stuff to make sure that we have really perfect course for Saturday and Sunday.
Brilliant. And how many people will be taking part in the 1,000 Lakes race this year?
Well, we have, for the first time, we have 3 different races. On Saturday, usually we have a sprint, but we're introducing for the first time also the experience, and which is a shorter course. It's like 6, 7, 8 kilometers. And then we are adding a solo version of both the experience and the sprint course, which is on Saturday. And all together in that group, I think they are close to 65, 70 teams. And then for Sunday, for the World Series race, we have 116 teams signed up.
Of course, viewers at home will be familiar with the whole concept of swimrun, that this is a team sport. But this time around, we're going to have some solo racers. Could you just explain to me about the idea behind this thing on Saturday, where you're allowing people to go out on the course on their own and try it out?
Yeah, well, we figured that we want to make it easy for people to find swimrun and to find a partner in swimrun. And we get questions all the time from people who are having difficulties finding somebody to race with. So we said that in the shorter races, like the experience, which will be between 6 and 8 kilometers at each World Series weekend, we will allow a solo entry. Same thing for the sprint race. The sprint race is also it will be between 12 and 16 kilometers on every Saturday. There we will also allow solo entry, but it's solo entry ÖTILLÖ style, meaning that you have to have an inflatable buoy that we give the solo entrants actually, so that they have a partner with them for safety on the water and somebody to talk to in the forest, but they won't get too many answers.
The trees don't tell their secrets at this time of the year in Germany, unfortunately.
No.
Michael, is there a risk that we're going to somehow change the DNA of the sport by having solo races, or do you expect this to be a sort of a greater development of the sport and to give people more of a chance to take part?
I'm completely convinced that team racing will be the thing in swimrun, because once you've done it, you don't want to change. But it can be circumstantial sometimes. You know, you travel to a race with a partner, your partner is ill the night before. It gives you a chance to actually enter and do part of the race on your own anyway. So, I mean, I think this is a way to open up more doors and get more people into the sport, because everybody who goes to a race, participates solo, they will also see that the ones who are participating in a team are having so much more fun. I think it's just it's a development of the sport where we want to open up for more people to come and find out how it is to team race.
Indeed, this might be the development that gets me out of my studio seat and into the forest and into the lake beside you there, my friend. There's a lot of exciting... I think there's a lot of people who want to see that. There's a lot of exciting racing, of course, ahead this weekend on the team front. Could you just outline for me, there's some possible golden bib winners there. We have some people who've won a number of races in a row there that could win a prize of 33,000 euros in Germany this weekend. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's amazing. Martin Flinta and Elena Erbanova, they've been racing from VAR all the way until now. They've won every race until now, so they've won 5 races in a row, and as we call it the golden bib, it means that you have to win 6 races in a row. They have their last race now here at 1,000 Lakes, and they have to win it, and that will then give them a nice check of 33,000 euros on the podium.
It's most incredible. I mean, this is not a professional sport yet by any means. I know we do have some adventure racers and semi-professional athletes in there, so this would be a big step up. What are the conditions looking like ahead of this weekend? I see the sun is shining on your golden locks there behind you. What are the temperatures like in Germany this week?
Well, right now it's about 20 degrees. Water temperatures are between 15 to 17 degrees, depending on what the lakes are. We have some cool evenings and cold nights, which means that, last week, water temperature was already over 22, 23 degrees. So water temperature has come down, but it's still quite warm for a swim run, I would say. Saturday morning and Sunday morning will be cool, and then it warms up just as the sun comes up. So I think it's going to be quite perfect racing conditions.
We had, of course, beautiful racing conditions in the Stockholm archipelago for the World Championship race just a few weeks ago. Can I just ask you now, with a little bit of distance from that event, how much did you enjoy that day, and what did it mean for the sport of swim run to have such a tremendous day of competition in the archipelago at the ÖTILLÖ World Championship race?
Well, it's a very good question. I think between 2017 and 2018, where we have basically the two ends of the spectrum, where last year it was hell and high water and everybody finished and did fantastic, and then this year where it was just like paradise a little bit. And I think it's two types of conditions I don't think we'll see again, but it was really nice for the organization to just be able to enjoy the day and just watch everybody race like they did. And I think every team that was out there know that it was a very special day, not only based on their times and the speed that they had, but also, in the morning, it wasn't even humid. It was dry. The rocks were dry already straight in the morning. It was just a fantastic day. So it's something to put in the history books, because I don't think we'll see it again.
I keep saying that every year, that it just can't get any better than this, and every year this sport surprises me and the athletes involved in the World Championship. Of course, we had the privilege of bringing you that entire race live, and we brought you many of the races throughout the year live from various different places, from Var in Croatia, from the Isles of Scilly. The Thousand Lakes race this year, we won't be doing a live broadcast, and Michael, maybe you might explain some of the challenges that we decided that wouldn't make it worth it this year.
Well, I think it's very easy. I think I'm on the only spot along the whole race course where there is actually 4G, and if I move, I tried I think 100 meters to my left, where the actual swim entry is for the first swim, and it was impossible. So I'm standing in a 4G zone that I think might be 50 by 50 meters, and to be able to try to do a live production with such terrible internet connection, or non-existent internet connection, I think would just be a nightmare for everybody, because it would just be a lot of wasted time, actually.
Of course, there are plenty of other races to look forward to. We were talking about whether one season just ended and a new one began. I think we've decided that the swim run season is pretty much never ending now. It's a global sport. There are races all over the place, and ÖTILLÖ is extending to the race in Cannes now, which is taking place in a few weeks' time. As race director, when do you get to rest, and what are you most looking forward to about the races that are coming up?
Well, I'll start with what I look forward to. I mean, this race I think is going to be fantastic. We'll have the new world record holders being Fredrik Axelgaard and Alex Flores coming here, putting in a show after their tremendous win at ÖTILLÖ, and of course the chase of Martin Flinta and Elena Erbenova to try to win the Golden Bib. Beside that, we have I think for the first time we have the biggest number of participants from Germany at this race. Sweden is the second nation. We have 22 nations participating in total. This race course is fun. It's fast. It's a place where you never rest, which I really enjoy to watch the racing, because you can't cheat. You just have to push and push and push and push. And then after that, in 3 weeks, we go to Cannes. And in Cannes, it will be a completely new thing, where we'll have some islands, we'll have some urban. It's going to be just a really neat new mix, and something completely new for us. And that puts us on our toes too. And, when we have to think and be smart, then I think it makes a better race. So that'll be nice to end there on the Sunday. with the World Series finals and so on and so forth. And we'll have a little bit of a party, I guess, afterwards. And then we start preparing for next year already. I mean, we're going to a new location where we're checking out some new stuff and so forth. Mats and I, we look forward to December and January when nobody wants to do swim run. They want to be with their families. So I guess that's the time of the year when we get some time off.
There you go. We did speak about the never-ending season. Michael Lemmel there saying about the 1,000 Lakes course. There's nowhere to rest. You just keep going and keep going. And that is the story of the ÖTILLÖ Swimrun World Series. That is what happens here all the time, even if they take a little bit of a break in January and February. This has been the Race Director's Corner. The race this weekend is from the 1,000 Lakes in Germany. And there's still one more race left to go in Cannes this season before we maybe wrap it all up back here in the Race Director's Corner a little bit later on. My name is Philip O'Connor. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
Have a great time down there, man.
Thanks, my friend. Well done.